Jack accidentally bumps into a mean old wizard and is turned into a chicken. He is then captured by a fat guy and forced to fight in a little arena against multiple foes. Using his brain and fighting prowess, he is able to claim victory despite injuring his leg. The fat guy takes the chicken shopping for fancy clothes when he bumps into the wizard, who then turns him into a chicken, which I guess by default turns Jack human again. Later, Jack enters a spooky town where he meets a crying innkeeper whose daughter is a part of a group of ravers hypnotized by music. They enter the town causing mischief, but after they leave, Jack disguises himself and follows them to the main rave. He attempts to stop the music and battles the DJ, who eventually assimilates the speaker system to create a giant robot, but Jack defeats him anyway, freeing the kids of their trance. The Wanderer comes to a western town and asks the bartender for info. After he leaves, however, a man and then a woman want information as well. Jack enters a train as the two others go after him for his bounty. The man approaches Jack and they have a scuffle on the train, but it takes them outside the train as well. A bit later, the woman tries to seduce Jack but is interrupted by the man and they team up to fight the samurai. They battle across the train, but after catching Jack, they get distracted and he escapes. We then see Aku lead Jack on a certain path which takes him to a gloomy graveyard. Aku then awakens the undead, and in a visually stunning battle, Jack fends off the endless horde until a witch thing takes over his sword and flies into the hands of Aku. An amazing tension-filled battle ensues as Aku attempts to kill Jack with his own sword and Jack frantically tries to survive. However, Aku finally catches the samurai, and as he stabs at Jack, the sword will not harm him because it cannot be used for evil. Jack gets the sword back and Aku runs away in fear. We see a young Jack playing with friends in a pyramid and finds a tomb learning of the powerful minions of Set. Back in the future, Aku finds the tomb and releases the minions, telling them to destroy Samurai Jack, who happens to arrive shortly thereafter. They beat the crap out of him a little bit, and he eventually comes up with a plan to destroy them by summoning the Protector. Through difficult means while trying to survive the minions, he is able to summon the Protector, who destroys the minions and leaves, saving Jack's life. Traveling to a lake of power, Jack tries to swim across it but is sucked to the bottom and must backtrack to shore. He sees some Jawas who summon a creature which takes them all to an island lush with beautiful and ambient sound and music. The creature then takes Jack to another creature which will take him to a time portal. After crossing a place with giant robot ruins and climbing through the ruins, he meets the guardian of the portal who denies him entrance. They have an action-packed sword fight and afterward battle with various different weapons. After a grueling battle, Jack is defeated and carried out of the area, the Guardian stating that he is not ready, not yet. Jack starts getting followed by Totoro through varying different landscapes. Even though Totoro annoys Jack, he still tries to feed him and they end up traveling together. They pursue until they reach the Crystal of Cagliostro, which will get Jack to the past. Totoro, however, flies over and eats the crystal, which enrages Jack, who says that they need to part ways. However, while Jack is on his journey, he is attacked by some greaser robots and is being beaten until Totoro gets enraged and transforms and destroys the robots. The two friends then travel off together. Sometime later, he finds a magic swamp hermit who is obviously Aku, who tells Jack a story of the mad god Kronos and his 3 gems of power. They set out to gather them in some magical places, and after painstakingly retrieving them, the hermit summons Kronos to attack Jack. But with some foresight, Jack has taken one of the gems and Kronos ends up falling apart. Jack and Aku have an amazing battle in the swamp. As he slices and dices Aku, he almost defeats him, but of course he runs away again, leaving Jack with the gems of power. Our hero walks through a spooky forest and finds a little girl who runs away but leaves her stuffed animal behind. He follows her to the house on Haunted Hill, and as he explores, he finds objects which give him cool-looking visions. He finally finds the girl, but as they try to leave, they find that all the exits have disappeared. Jack then finds the girl's family in a room which seems out of place. The family starts acting strange and spews forth a demon from their mouths coming after Jack. The demon eats Jack's soul or something, and we see many others trapped in a crazy-looking and sounding realm. Jack summons his sword and breaks himself free of his bonds, and the demon confronts him as they do battle in artistic style. The samurai overcomes his foe, setting himself and the little girl's family free, ending possibly the scariest episode in the series. Jack walks in a lush rainforest and is attacked by 2 Krillins, but after an amazingly choreographed fight, each of them realizes that they all know the same martial arts styles, and the monks lead Jack to their secret temple. They lead him to their Grand Master, who, as it happens, remembers Jack from when he was in the past. The old man tells him to travel north toward a mystic temple with a portal. They travel to the temple, but while climbing they are attacked by an army of golems, and Jack must leave the two monks behind. As he reaches the portal, however, he decides to turn back and save the monks. But of course, in the process of escaping, they destroy the portal, leaving Jack stranded in the future. Big surprise. Out in space, we see three beings battling it out with a dark creature resembling Aku. A piece of the creature is cut off and floats far away from the battle and onto Earth, creating a tar-like pit which kills anything who falls in. We then see a young emperor as he prepares to venture forth to destroy this new evil, leaving his wife and unborn child. His army travels through a strange forest-like area, but the black trees begin sprouting and attacking his men, leaving the Emperor as the only one left. When he reaches the main pit, he prepares an arrow with special elixir and fires it into the pit, causing a giant pillar to grow. The pillar turns into Aku, the Shogun of Sorrow, who thanks the Emperor for freeing him and proceeds to trap him as the evil monster destroys the man's city in front of his eyes. As Aku destroys the Empire, a mystical horse approaches the shackled Emperor and frees him. The creature takes the man to the top of a high mountain where he meets three old people who channel the three gods from earlier. Together, the gods create a magic sword and imbue the Emperor with power. He rides the flying Nimbus to battle Aku, and they fight mid-air until Aku destroys Nimbus and they battle on the ground. Aku morphs into an army of soldiers which laughs at the Emperor. And as a massive struggle between good and evil ensues, the Emperor finally strikes the last Aku soldier and banishes him to the ground. He hears the cry of a baby and finds that his wife and baby boy are alive, and he vows to create a plan should Aku return. Back in the future, we hear a story of a powerful diamond which Aku keeps in a pyramid laced with booby traps. We see a ninja sneaking into the pyramid, and as the ninja progresses through the pyramid, a spy enters as well. The two separately make their way through the various obstacles in the place until the ninja reaches the power and reveals himself to be Samurai Jack. The spy reaches Jack and retrieves the diamond, but after they argue over who it should go to, they are attacked by statues who come alive. As the two make their escape, they fight over the diamond and are eventually surrounded. After securing an exit, the spy leaves Jack behind to fight the statues himself, but comes back and saves him. However, they still fight over the diamond, and they end up tumbling down the pyramid. This unfortunately causes the diamond to break, and as a result, leaves them both out of luck, bringing a shattering conclusion to Season 3 of Samurai Jack.